Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to BVTV. This is the Champion of State Pennant, the midweek variety round 3 action. And we are just underway. We're bringing you the match between Bundoora RSL. They were the winners of our Metropolitan midweek pennant competition. They're up against Wangaratta, who won for the Ovens and Murray region. My name's Tony Sherwill. I'm joined in commentary by Jimmy Whitehead. Afternoon, Jimmy.
Hey, mate. What's going on?
Just living the good life. Up here, it's lovely 20 degrees here at Moama. You could be mistaken for thinking we're in paradise up here. It's got everything you could possibly want.
So, a game with some meaning. Wangaratta have lost a couple. Bundoora have won a couple. So both need to win this one.
They certainly do. So we'll run through the lineups as we see Graham Oats on the mat. He's using Henselite XG Splice, sort of white and green, very similar to a Carla Krasanik bowl. So if he can use them like she does, we're in for a treat. Second for Wangaratta is Barbara McDonald. She's also using a Henselite, an XG, a grey and colour XG. Playing third is Leon Quartermain. He's using an All-Mark Edge and like a bottle green sort of colour. And Graham Smith skipping the Wangaratta rink using an aerodynamic, an aqua sort of colour. So that is the Wangaratta rink. Their opposition today is the rink from Bundoora RSL, Mary Dineen. You'll see her second Leeds bowl just coming into the head now. Two relatively handy starters for the first end. She's using a Henselite XG. It's black with some sort of red speckles and a size 2. Johnny Roberts will play second. You'll hear his name a bit this week. He's been umpiring our Champion of State Pennant weekend competition and now returns as a player for Bundoora RSL. He's using an Aero Optima, what he calls the Melbourne Storm bowls, a sort of purple with a yellow stripe, and a size 4. Third for Bundoora is Jack Woodhouse, using an Aero Optima green and white, also a size 4. And Tony Schiavello will skip the rink from Bundoora RSL. He's using an Aero Evolve. And I asked him what colour it is. There's about 65 different colours on it, Jimmy. I asked him, I said, what sort of colour do you call it? He said, it's nice. So it's a nice colour.
After a great start with Graham Smith just plonking himself right on the line and now eventually just probably realising it's the move.
Yeah, Brad gave him a wave and he duly moved for us. So.
Not very quickly, I do.
Nope. So Barbara McDonald with her Henselite XG coming in. It was a nice track, just a touch short. And Tony Schiavello also said his bowls have a smiley face on them. So he goes, you know, when you do a good bowl, you got something smiling back at you. So
he's always smiling.
He is always smiling. He's a very happy, very nice man. So this is Johnny Roberts on the mat, right-hander's forehand.
Interesting about Johnny Roberts, he's only playing today, Tone. He's got to hop back to Melbourne after today's bowls. I'm pretty sure he's... Oh, Johnny Roberts.
Well, he should be playing the whole thing if he's going to play like that.
Headbutts the jack.
Yep. Does go a touch long into an oppo bowl, but no stress. He's only playing today, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's got to rush back to Melbourne tonight. Hop on a flight, and he's umpiring at the BPL from tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a bit sad for him. He's going to miss an opportunity to complete the event, and who'd know? Could even miss an opportunity if they continue on their winning ways, playing in a final.
So, of course, one of the co-chairs of our officiating and laws, the other co-chair, Bobby Carlson, said, if you need me to nip in for some special comments, let me know. Let you know his fun stories and his dirty secrets. I'll come and do it.
He'd love the opportunity, I reckon, to throw a little shade at his good mate Johnny Roberts. Johnny Roberts turned up this morning in his bowls uniform and saw Bob in his umpire's uniform and very quickly said, oh, umpires, go away.
Boom.
Obviously very much in jest, both of them being regulars on our state and national and even international umpiring scene.
There's Jack Woodhouse. Under on that one.
Yep.
Weight was all right for it.
And this is Leon Quartermain.
It's a great name.
It is. So he's using an All-Mark Edge, like a bottle green colour, I'll call it.
So this will turn about 1 inch.
Yep. Size 4.
Do not turn a lot these bowls.
No.
A bit quick with that one as well. Probably will stay on, he does.
It will. Just. Mike Watts has joined us again from Wales. Nice to...
Where's he from in Wales, Tone?
No, I'm going to have a go at this. Aberystwyth. It's not even close, is it?
Oh, wow. It looked just like me saying Rulerbark.
Yeah, it could be. I have no idea. Where is it?
Aberystwyth.
I wasn't far off. Aberystwyth. I apologise, Mike Watts. I didn't mean to butcher your hometown, but Aberystwyth is something that'll stay with me now. So very, very happy to have you on board.
I like how you completely dodged it in your initial comment. Just Mark from Wales.
Yeah, no, I was a bit nervous about that one, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Skipping for Wangaratta. It's Graham Smith.
Tight.
He's a bit tight out of the hand. He's using an aerodynamic.
I'll get it in, so we might knock Johnny Roberts in now.
Yeah. Johnny Roberts' bowl was up on the running surface and always was a danger. Draw it in was the comment from Jack Woodhouse.
I've been to Aberystwyth a few times, Mark. We used to have football tournaments, or soccer tournaments as they call it over here, at Prestatyn up in the north of Wales. Family in Cardiff as well, or just outside Bridge North.
This is a good bowl in here.
Tony Schiavello just floating. Just couldn't quite stop or couldn't quite sit that bowl of Graham Oats. No, sorry, Graham Oats or McDonald's bowl, that one?
Couldn't quite sit the bowl of Graham Oats. You are spot on.
Graham Smith coming the other way now. I don't mind this, Tone.
Yeah, it's a very good effort.
Graham Smith, you superstar.
Boom.
What a bowl that is.
Get some excitement from the Wangaratta faithful.
It was an absolute bomb of a bowl.
Nice little town, Wangaratta. If you've ever had the opportunity to go there, it's about half an hour down the road, or not quite half an hour down the road from Benalla.
I never made it to Wang, actually.
Nice part of the world. Tony Schiavello watching this closely.
And one to an absolute peach from Graham Smith there for Wangaratta.
Yep.
He caused some damage with his first in the wrong way, and then just mopped it up himself the second time.
Also playing, Jimmy, on this, of course, we play 3 rinks here in Champion Estate Pennant. So we have Wangaratta's Ron McCauley, Phil Deverne, Jodie Fruand, who is the current reigning Women's Victorian Champion of Champions.
Freshly minted.
Singles champion, I should say, not champion of champions. And Trevor Selwood, they're up against the Bundoora combination of Doug Woods, Peter Thomas, Peter Russell and Damon DeFlorio. And another rink over, we have Wangaratta's Lorna Martinelli, Paul King, Greg McDonald and Lawrence McDonald up against the rink that we streamed earlier on today, which is Bundoora's Lynn Thomas, Wayne Fogarty, Adi Marchioli and Luke Aiello. So we'll keep you updated with those scores. I can tell you Luke Aiello has picked up 2 on the first end of their match. And they're updating the scoreboard on the DeFlorio Selwood rink, which I can't see yet. It's slightly obscured, but as soon as I do, there we go, Fiona Hall. We're all learning something today. So 1 shot to Damon DeFlorio on their opening end. So 3-1 early doors in favour of Bundoora. Beautiful conditions here, Jimmy.
Yeah, Graham Oates taking full advantage of them and bowling 2 rippers to start with.
As I said, they are the Carla Krasanik model of bowls. So
I have to get myself some of that. Go as good as that if it's the bowl.
is called for an umpire on the neighbouring green, and Bobby Carlson was there almost before they called for him. So
It was a pretty aggressive call. If you don't know, call the umpire.
yeah, it was like somebody was a bit testy late in the afternoon, but the sign of a good umpire was predicting what was going to happen and was already there with the laser ready to go.
Barbara McDonald's backed up Graham Oates' bowls there. So Johnny Roberts with a bit of work to do now, talking to great umpires.
Yep.
Johnny
Good
Roberts
effort.
with a good second shot. That's
Lovely
exactly
way.
what he was required to do. I think you're a bit misguided there, Ethan. I wouldn't say all the time. We deliberately try and bring you the game that we feel will be the best in each round. There's no point streaming games that aren't, on paper at least, going to be close or enjoyable to watch. All games here are pretty enjoyable to watch, but
Benny Hubbard's got the right idea, though. Has anyone seen Tony Schiavello unhappy? And not from me. Never have. Always an absolute gentleman. Always with a smile on his face.
trying a bit high on this one. See what Graham's calling Leon on this one. No Damien Barnes in this side for Bundoora today, is that?
No, plays weekend. Pennant for Bundoora, but not here for weekend, for midweek, I should say.
So Bundoora still holding the shot. Oi, oi, oi. Leon doing what I've been saying people need to do for 3 days now. Change the head first. Sometimes you just got to get there first, because in this example, his bowl's gone with that jack and it's now a better one for Wangaratta. Jack's a bit quick on this one.
How much money would you pay for that, Benny Hubbard?
Yeah.
We'll see what we can organise if it's enough money. Phil, we'll keep you updated with how Trelgan is going.
They're on the grass greens for this game, but we'll, as we have been doing the whole last 3 days, we'll take a walk every 20 or so minutes and go and get the updated scores.
Yep, they have won their first two, so they're
Going
looking
good.
in pretty good shape. They had a narrow win in their first match, but not a bad win in their second.
So Graham Smith.
Churchy will chip in as well, some money, so we might start a
We get a whip round
GoFundMe
going
page.
now. Yeah, get a whip round. How you gone, Graham? He's got the dynamics.
What I like about today concluding, Jimmy, is that we are one day closer to JT coming in with some commentary. Crowd have been calling for JT to be here tomorrow.
Who? I have not seen one person call for JT to become. Not a single person has said, "Can we get JT on the commentary?" Except you just saying it then. So I think you've rented a crowd. No one cares if he's here or not. He's better off stuck up in Swan Hill.
You save all your jibes until tomorrow when it's you and JT going Head-to-head and toe-to-toe.
But I've had
I've
a good sparring session with Kevy the last couple of days, so I'm all warmed up for JT.
Well, so much so that Kevy's decided to leave the country. So you've obviously towelled him into oblivion. And I'm going back to Scotland for a few weeks to just think it over.
Yeah, Jack saying, try and draw a shot in off your last somehow. Try and tip it through. Only one down, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, Rowdy Kerrang had a narrow loss in game one, only by 3, but then had a victory over Lakes Entrance, only a close one as well. It was an absolute belter of a game.
Tony Schiavello doing what Graham Smith did the end before and just drawing an absolute humdinger with his last bowl.
Never any doubt with the smiley face on the bowl. It was always going to end well.
Do you have a nickname, Tony?
Not that I'm aware of, actually.
Looks over at me and smiles, as he always does.
Yeah.
He'd be pretty happy with his work there.
Well, Benny Hubber will be aware of it if he does, so he'll put it in the chat. But, Tony Schiavello, the club coach at Bundoora RSL, very accomplished bowler. Always seen in various events and tournaments. I remember seeing him up the Australian Open a couple of years in a row. Ran into him at dinner one night. He and his brother Nat playing the pairs together back in those days. Toe ball or toey?
There you go. Oh, Mary dropping short on this one. Graham was pretty handy last end, so he can jump back on. Another shot for Luke Ayello rink next door, so he takes a 3-0 lead after 2 ends. And one back, 2, sorry, for the Wangaratta rink on the far side. It's 2 on the way of Wangaratta in that one. And just as always, their scoreboard is the other way around to their scoreboard.
Brady Harker chiming in as well, saying it's toe pack.
Graham Oats holding shot. Harry just struggling to adjust. Just played a game on the grass green, so just taking an extra sec. It's a battle of the haircuts over there. Tony Schiavello having a chat to Swanee, the president of the bowl section from Moama. There's not a single hair in sight on the top of their heads.
They've grown too tall for their hair.
I want to go tell them what I've said now because they're both smiling at me. They didn't go.
This is the square up. This is Jimmy just wanting to backpedal. Put it in reverse, Jimmy. He's obviously scared of one of the two of them. Swanee being the bowl section president here at Moama Bowls Club. A heck of a nice guy. Don't describe that.
It's top notch here. This is absolute.
I don't know what's Barbara done here. We'll try and straighten this up a little bit. She has done some good things, is what she has done. I don't know whether that's any correct English at all that I've just said, but 'twas a nice bowl. Tommy Ristick's joined us. Asking if anyone's ever seen Tony with hair.
I've started something here.
I know. I hope Tony Schiavello doesn't watch this back later. There's some voodoo dolls out for a few people. There's a fair bit of heat on this one.
That's their own coming over and gets a clap from
Works. Don't know if that was the intention, but it works.
Jack Woodhouse pulling up short with this one.
Yeah, line was pretty good, just not quite enough engine power. There's a few giggles from the players out here. On 2 rinks over, Peter Thomas is playing second for Bundoora RSL. Just put one in a bit short, which drew a few giggles from both his own skipper, Damon DeFlorio, and Luke Aiello, who's a rink over. See what Jackie Boy can do here, whether he can correct after his first.
He's definitely further along, but I don't think he's far enough or wide enough.
Team manager from Bundoora RSL walking out to all the scoreboards, checking them so he can update the master board. Could just dial it in on his phone, take it off ours. Wants to practice his maths, so very well done. Keep the brain sharp.
Leon going to go under, but can he get a walk? No. So still just the one to Wangaratta here.
Yep.
Skip's bowls to come, and so far it's been a skip show. Graham Smith drawing shot with his last bowl of the first end, an absolute cracker, and then Tony Schiavello matching him the next end, doing exactly the same. Tony Schiavello, definitely wider than the other bowls that have been coming down. Which he's going to start working back towards the jack now. Tony Schiavello.
Great effort.
Absolute ripper of an effort. It's a terrific go at trying to draw that shot clean there. Graham Smith's on the narrower side. Tony Schiavello just needing to improve by half a bowl and he'll go close to getting the shot.
Yeah, can tap himself in. Take the jack is even better. Or hit the opposition's Barbara McDonald's bowl. All options. Might be a touch under for what he wanted. So no change. Of course.
Right, now
Still has one to come.
if it follows the track of the previous end, we do an absolute humdinger of a bowl there.
Looks okay.
Don't touch it in, Graham.
Uh-oh, just got the wrong side of it, but it
It
falls
flops out.
It is an arrow, so
One to Wangaratta. Graham Oats will lead us off on this one.
Oatsy, the goat. Not sure if that's his nickname, but it is now. Surely if your name's Graham Oates, you'd have to get goats or goat, wouldn't you?
You'd have to.
Measure occurring one rink over. Bundoora picking up one on the Luke Aiello rink. I'm not sure how many, but Bundoora also picking up on the Dome de Florio rink. Fifteen ends here, 2.5 hour time limit. We kicked off at about 2:40 p.m, which makes it 5 for a soft finish. And Carla Krasanik's bowls working an absolute treat. Of course, they're being used by Graham Oates here.
So Wangaratta have scored again on the Trevor Salwood rink. No, that's an absolute lie. Bundoora put the jack in the pit, that's why.
What a lovely bowl from Mary Dineen. Just gets inside the shot bowl. Absolute humdinger. Little soft touch on the jack.
Could have played it any better.
Barbara playing with weight there, trying to dislodge something, but no change. Do you bowl with a hat all the time, Jimmy?
Yeah, have to. Can't
Even
play,
indoors?
Yeah, can't
Yep.
play with that one.
Yeah, there
Literally
you go.
cannot play with that one. So and I can't play without a bowls rag either. Need someone in my left hand when I'm playing. Johnny Roberts is quick, but he's going to split it all open. Yeah, gives a shot away, unfortunately. I think. Close to.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's just one of them. It's just a comfort thing for me. I think I need the. I mean, I don't wear sunglasses in normal life anyway, so I could never play in them. But I imagine it's the same as people who wear sunnies even indoor. I like the frame for some reason over the top of my head. It just I don't know.
We had Ace wearing sunglasses in here the other night.
Yeah, we
Kyle
did.
Pugh, he had them on relatively late in the day. Bowled pretty good though.
Good effort by Barb there. Drifting into a very good home beyond the kiddie. Now we all do it a bit different. I'm just looking across. There's not a lot of bowls rags out there today, funny enough. There's one in Jodie Roberts' pocket.
Mm.
Bit quick with that one. Again, good home. You got players like Jack Woodhouse and Tony Schiavello behind you. It will always be useful back there.
Jack Woodhouse was very good in game one on the carpet here. I was speaking to a few people, he couldn't quite find it the same out on the grass in game two, but very good in game one, so he'll be have some confidence from that. This one looks a little wide for mine. We'll see if we can get Graham Smith's attention and get him to move a little bit to the side.
Yeah, Casper, same as me when he's bowling, needs to hold something in his left hand. I don't know what it is. It's just a comfort blanket almost. You can see Jack Woodhouse doing it here. He's almost got a towel in his hand. It's that big, his bowls rag, but it's just a mental thing, I guess. We've seen
Security blanket style thing.
Well, we've seen Darryl Rowley yesterday. Unlucky by Jack there. He bowls with his left hand in his pocket.
Yeah. A couple of people doing that today with a bowler's arm, which isn't that unusual. I've seen that with a bowler's arm a couple of times.
Yeah, I've seen that. I also know a lot of players, probably not so much in Australia, but definitely in England. I do know a couple of players that do it over actually, that wet their bowls rag, so their bowls are a little bit wet.
Yep.
They'll rub it through the rag, get the bowl slightly damp.
Just going to get the cattle prod out for Graham Smith.
He's not having a bar of it, is he?
No, he's well and truly engrossed in the game. Doesn't look that happy that we're asking him to move. So we apologise on his behalf. Does make it hard in some of these events, Jimmy, where players have not necessarily been a part of a stream match before. They have some tough habits to break, which makes it pretty hard for our viewers.
Alison East. That is Barbara McDonald playing for Wangaratta. Presuming you go way back with Barbara and Noah from.
Yeah, tell us some goss.
You like to find out some more info.
We wish, Chris Love.
If you've ever seen me drive on a bowls green, Chris, I'd miss.
Yeah, nice effort there from Graham Smith. And they swoop in a little bit, but that one's just a touch high for Tony Schiavello.
Yeah, you can see that. That's probably not the correct call, but he was asking him to get to the wide bowler, Johnny Roberts, but I don't think he's going to get back from there. He needs to be narrow with that. He's got the all-mark edges, so they're not going to turn the heat from here, Tone. He is close. That's Graham Oates' bowl, up and over. He probably has got shot there. He does. Good stuff by Graham Smith.
Johnny Roberts has immediately signalled that's one down.
He's got no idea in front of a camera, Graham Smith, but he can play in front of one.
Absolutely.
He's played some great bowls already.
Yep.
Pretty animated conversation, Jack and Tony.
Yep.
Just wanting to arrive on anything on the forehand, really, with a few feet away.
Worked it all out in the end. Just a touch wide.
Yeah, Graham Smith will get the shot for Wangaratta there. They'll take a 3-1 lead after 4 ends. Just trading singles here. What have I done there? I did a 3 on, not a 1, sorry.
Graham Oates opening up on the back end.
I'm going to have a walk for some scores after this end.
Yep.
Should be about 5 ends apiece on all the rinks. It's funny, this has been every time, or so far today anyway, 2 games this morning, or the one this morning and one over lunch. They've both been the last games to finish across the whole venue. Wangaratta have picked up 1 on the Trevor Selwood rink. Jody Freund signal out there. So they'll be 3-2 in front over Damien DeFlorio and his troops. But Luke Aiello has picked up a 1 on his and takes a 5-0 lead. A pretty low scoring affair so far.
Yeah, not too many big numbers in here, just 1s and maybe the odd 2. Slows up, it's not a bad track, it's a good home regardless. See if we can get Graham Smith to move a little further. Very, very focused on the game is Graham Smith.
I was going to use another word, stubborn.
It could be a bit of that too. I think he might have just realised now or been told. 80 Marchioli might have told him from the rink over. So 80 not only playing 3 but also skipper's duty whilst Luke Aiello's gone off for a comfort stop and telling the rink next door to get out of the road of the camera. So multi-talented human. Some people walk behind the rink. Tony Schiavello likes this one.
Johnny Roberts.
It's the shot bowl. Bundoora holding 2. McDonald. See what she can conjure up here.
Ooh.
To attack the jack.
See ya.
Headbutts it, as Jimmy says. Favour, she's probably still retained the shot. Not a lot in it though.
There's a cool story from Alison East about Barb McDonald. It's a good one, that. She played at the Oz Open with Barb as she was looking for a partner. And you won your section. That's a fantastic achievement.
Yeah.
I think anyone would get a lesson from Beck Van Ash.
Yeah, you won't be the first one there, Alison East, but nice that the two of you met and had a great day, obviously, if you got through the section. Johnny Roberts played a lovely bowl first up to get shot. Jack was moved and he says, well, I'll just do the same thing again. Plays a lovely bowl for shot again. So Leon Quartermain. Looking to find a way through, but not quite. Flattens out the John Roberts bowl. It's the yellow and purple bowl, just north of the jack from the angle of the head. Jackie Woodhouse may not have the legs on this one, but the line was very good. So mid-green conference taking place now between skip and third from Wangaratta, Leon Quartermain and Graham Smith.
Just giving him some clear instruction. So what happened there? Sorry, I had to jump up and talk to our good mate Chris, who comes to every event we do up in this region.
He's a star, Chris, whether it's in Bendigo or Chuka Moama, he comes to them all.
He just said to me, I had the game finish up last night. He said, I heard South Bendigo got it at the end, and good on him.
So Johnny Roberts played a very good bowl to get shot, and Barb McDonald took the jack back, and Johnny Roberts did the exact same thing, albeit in a different position. So after that, there was a little bit of contact with Leon Quartermain.
He's going
with
again.
a bit of purpose here too.
He's close. Turn. If he can just skirt the front of that. That's Barb's Gray. Good effort. I think we'll see a bit of pace from Graham as well. There's only one bowl in 4 of Bundoora's there. Worth having a look, trying to catch the edge and get it out.
I reckon that's done enough, so likely 2 shots to Bundoora here. And that sun coming across the green reminds me, Jimmy, in about an hour's time we'll be blinded temporarily.
You sure will.
We'll have the sun coming in and making it near on impossible to see anything, so we'll be guessing a little bit. Lasts for about 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Talking about sun, I'll walk into the sun and get us some score updates.
Yeah.
The one I can see here is Tachura Hilltop, 13-7 up against Portland from the West Coast.
So Jimmy will go for a quick run out the back and collect all the scores. See if there's anything interesting happening out there. Report them all back to you. We see some pace here from Graham Smith. And there will be contact. As to what the result is, nobody knows. Falls in and flops in. Not sure if it is 1 down, so great shot. Yeah, so there you go. Good call there from Jack Woodhouse. Play with confident weight. If you happen to touch the Woodhouse bowl, it's going to push John Roberts' purple bowl through. If you happen to get John Roberts clean, then that's okay too. It's coming back nicely. This is exactly what was called. And it does a little do-si-do in and around. And that will wrestle in for shot. Great effort by Tony Schiavello. Alison just saying Barb and her have partnered a couple of times at Vic Open too, so that's fantastic. Hopefully, we see you in November this year for the last of the Vic Opens in the Goulburn Valley area. Entries will open in July. And this one is going to come into some front poles, so no change there. So Tony Schiavello is going to look to add one here. And it's not going to be that easy to do. So there we go. That's the decision from Jack Woodhouse, playing 3. Wants Tony Schiavello to draw to the inside of the Woodhouse bowl. And try and turn in to add another one into the count. It's just a touch shy on where it wants to be. A good option nonetheless. There we go. 1 to Bundoora RSL. Courtesy of a very handy bowl from Tony Schiavello. We've played 5 ends. And Bundoora taking that one, which gives them control of the mat. Tony Schiavello, Julie saying, Mary Dineen, can you please come up a little bit? Let's shorten this one up. So Alison, the Vic Open, as I say, we'd love to see you there in November this year, November 18 to 25, in and around the Goulburn Valley. Always great fun at the Vic Open. We've sorely missed the last 2 years with Vic Opens, had to be cancelled due to government-imposed lockdowns. But we are back on the map this year. And to try and make it up, we're having 2 within the one season. So 1 in November, and then we move to our new home down in Gippsland in March of 2023 with some brilliant new initiatives, double the prize money, thanks to the support of Morwell and Traralgon Bowls Club's Destination Gippsland and, of course, Latrobe City Council. State Government of Victoria also doing their bit to chip in to ensure it is one of the best events on the calendar, the second biggest event in all of Australia. There will be some superstar players. And then some also-rans, such as me. I've played in a few Vic Opens before and had great fun and met great people. Played the odd good bowl. Much like Graham Oats. He's playing more than just the odd one, though. As he takes the jack back. He's bowling quite well. Jimmy's just come back and got some scores from other rinks.
Right.
Jimmy, the full report, please. Don't miss out any details.
City of Geelong are leading Horsham City 12-8 after 12 ends. Strzelecki, the Traralgon side, have won both games so far, are 11-9 down against Kerrang from the Murray Mallee.
Yep.
Cracker of a game between Lakes Entrance and Eagle Hawk, 14 apiece after 13 ends. And right at the top, another close one, Kringle lead Gisborne, 11-9 after 11 ends.
So some good close ones. Graham Oates doing Graham Oates things and 2 touches in one end.
Where'd the jack go then in? Yeah, he went in.
It's gone in the pit. So.
Just looking at my phone, sorry.
Henselite doing a great job with the Vic Open. You're absolutely spot on, Benny Hubber. Henselite, proud partners of Bowls Victoria, assisting to bring Vic Open, both Vic Opens this year, the one in Goulburn Valley and the new and improved Vic Open in Gippsland. So we are very thankful to Henselite. Of course, Thomas and Ian Patterson, the new owners, are doing some very good things. Tony Schiavello was almost about to pick that bowl up, but it stopped in time. So
Wow.
he was there ready to catch it with cat-like reflexes.
Is John above the... Sorry, I'm coming in halfway through. Is he above the jack or above the bowl?
He's above the bowl.
Okay, so still one to Graham Oates.
The red marker is actually not a marker. It's just left there. That's where it sits
Oh, okay.
ordinarily. It's only the jack in the pit at
Oh,
this
so
stage.
John's got shot. Oh, here we
John did have shot.
Does this start? Oh, it stops.
Gets a little feather and it stops.
Oh, wow. He walked back as well, Tone.
There you go. A little bow and curtsy from Barb McDonald.
She definitely meant to put it in reverse. I reckon that was part of the plan the whole time.
Correct. So Johnny Roberts, in an ideal world, sits and stays, but just collects a little bit of front traffic from Mary Dineen.
Does open it up a bit for Jack and Tony behind him, though, so not all bad by John.
Yep.
It's Barbara. There's a bus outside. She wants to come off and see if she can get near the kiddie. Just a bit quick and wide with that one. Still holds the shot though.
So Jack Woodhouse on the forehand. There is that bus you were talking about, Jimmy.
Yeah, on cue.
The Dyson school bus.
Jack's got to hurry.
Yep. I wonder if there's not an option just to build it up a little bit and then have a ping at that shot bowl
Yeah, it's not a bad show.
as it gets nearer.
They need another bowl. Oh, they've only given me one down anyway.
Luke Aiello playing a good bowl, one rink over for shot. His opposing skipper Still has one to come though. So no change with the bowl from Leon Quartermain. Jack Woodhouse. Great effort. Unfortunately for Bundy, he's hidden that bowl slightly. Speaking of hidden.
Graham Smith standing up, putting the camera in his pocket and walking around with it.
Brent Reiner's just joined as an interested spectator. Good mates with Luke Howlow, so
Yeah, he's in yeah.
come down to say good day and cheer on his mates. If you are in the area, you could do a lot worse things than come to Moama Bowls Club.
Oh,
negotiate some
Leon.
front traffic.
Leon, stop it. Oh, it just droops in.
Nearly went wickety-woodah in for shot.
That was an outrageous attempt. So close to sticking on at the end of the green there.
Seem very happy, the Wangaratta crew here. Good to see.
Luke, although he's a bit of a day out on the far rink, 11-0 after 6 ends.
Wow.
We did see A.D. Marchiol in particular bowl well this morning, in that third position in that rink.
Tony Schiavello looking to be a little wide for what he wanted there.
Who's the guy doing the scoreboard for Bundoora? Yeah, okay. I think he'll come in for John tomorrow.
Yep. Graham
Smith. Sort of grimacing at this. I don't think his bowls will swing like Leon's did. Oh no, sorry, Leon's with the all-mark edge, so his will swing. Just doesn't have the pace.
Umpire being called again.
Bobby Carlson up in a flash.
The key to being a good umpire is being observant and prepared. Tony Schiavello is on a very good track.
Jack's bowl doesn't quite get it.
He wanted Jack's bowl onto the bowl of Barbara McDonald, but not quite.
So it's literally just that ALO McDonald rink for Wangaratta, otherwise they're right in this game.
Absolutely. Graham Spencer's enjoyed the cakes from Benalla. Now, he's got the streaming on the TV at Mary Trigard's house, so that sounds like a very good option too. Hope you enjoy the coverage.
Be a fair triples rink, you, her and Barb Spence.
Yeah. Spence leading off and Mary or Barb raffling it for second and skip.
Barb make the pairs final. State pairs final.
She did with Nicole, I'm going to say Stevenson, but I don't know if that's right. Mackenzie?
Yes.
Yep.
They go down in the end?
Yeah, you're testing my memory. This is 3 weeks ago. I don't have a baby to blame, but I've got a bit of baby brain.
Spence will tell us.
Yeah, trying to recall who they played.
Ah, I got it. The Eastern Ranges ladies.
Yes, correct.
Karen Barton. And they won. It's just, no.
Yeah, it wasn't the pairs, if that was the case. Karen Barton, I thought, won.
No, Karen Barton was the fours.
Fours? Yeah, fours. That was right. Yeah, with Carol Potter Peppers, they won the fours.
Spence, who did they beat in the final? Come tell us.
Winners in the pairs, I reckon it was. Who did they beat? Righto, while we find that out, Graham Oats on the backhand. Graham Spencer, not sure either, he's asking, so.
Spence. If you don't know, we've got no, mate. You know more about bowls than anyone. I'm just trying to find it on Bowls Link. See, it's a race. He gets there first. Tony's going as well. You're going to have to do the same scrolling I'm doing, Tony.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Oh, I've lost it. I'm no good here. I'm nowhere better. Oh, no, here we are.
Oh, don't beat me with this. I'm nearly there.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, women's pairs, I mean. 21-22, final. They beat Jenny
Jenny
Wharf and
Wharf and
Lawrence. What a race.
Yeah. So they beat the Goulburn Murray pairing 28-5. So had a day out of the final.
Jan Morton in a very valiant third place there.
Yeah, well done. She had to type it out too, so she was probably ahead of us, Morty.
Oh, it's Spence in fourth.
Yeah, Spence with a typo, though, doesn't count. He's tried to shorten Loris Houlihan into Lewis. Good bit of fun. Well done, everybody.
Barbara, can she sit this bowl? She does, and walks behind the jack. Great
Alison,
stuff.
she's using the same bowl with the same colour to the same effect. She did very well there. Can Johnny Roberts do here? Not convinced he has the legs to get this one.
Is he a Melbourne Storm fan?
I don't know, but I remember when he bought the bowls, I was playing night pennant with him at Darabin before.
Oh, yeah.
Darabin ceased to exist, and he was most excited about a new set of aero bowls. I think he may have done a tour of the aero factory to work out a little bit more about testing tables and so on, and bought some aero bowls while he was there, and was very pleased with them.
I guess they're also Bundoora colours that I'll be there.
They're close too, yeah, and he was calling them the Melbourne Storm bowls, and
Fair enough.
don't know whether he's necessarily he's a massive Collingwood supporter. So.
Yeah, right. Barbara, 2 in the head there. Johnny Roberts is going to match his opposition number 2 out.
Gee, it's good weight control.
Good effort.
Yep, that'll be a handy spot there. Still one at least.
Can't imagine it would be too long, Graham. Actually, don't know. So Wangaratta holding on the McDonald Alio rink, but it's 2 bowls of there's 1 bowl of Luke's to come, and 1 of McDonald behind.
This looks a pretty good track too, if it can hold. Well, 21 out.
Yeah, Wangaratta's still holding after Luke's bowl, so a chance to get off the mark over there. Leon. Possibly a better line now for Bundoora, possibly. Wangaratta will take a 1 against on the rink next door, so they're off the mark. 11-1 now over there.
Tell you what, Jimmy, I noticed some insect repellent in my hotel room last night, and I think I'm going to bring it tomorrow for these 2 or 3 flies that are incredibly persistent. Jack Woodhouse trying to promote the bowl of John Roberts, not quite.
Maybe we should do that with our reveal for our state sides of who's been selected. We'll work out how many days before the first, before a game, and then reveal 1 player a day or something like that.
Yeah.
4th, lead in this rink is. Dun, dun, dun.
I like it.
Oh, Leon. Pretty good there.
Wangaratta combination bowling pretty well. Always seem to be able to find it. Graham Spencer just saying Tony Schiavello trialled well.
Well, he's asking Jack Woodhouse to whack this. I don't think Jack Woodhouse is going to take even a second to accept that offer. And here he goes.
He's not gone with full pace. He's just gone with
Gets
pace.
Graham Oats is out. So still a couple to Wangaratta area.
Does open up plenty of room for the right-hander's forehand to draw it in there. Alison East asking for an update on Portland.
That's one we can see pretty easily. They're next door. They're 18-13 down, Alison. So the guys from Hilltop Chichura got to jump on them there.
18 ends in, so just over a third of the way. Plenty of time left either way.
We'll give it another end or two, and we're going to have a look at the other games as well. That's next door, so an easy one for us to see. Graham Smith just running into Jack Woodhouse is there. I wonder if Tony will follow suit and have a little run at this. You can see the Jack.
Yeah, actually puts that Woodhouse bowl a little bit in the road.
Doesn't go with ridiculous pace anyway. He's definitely making sure he's reaching, I think. But he's under with this one, and he's not probably going to reach. He'll. It's a bit of a wasteful bowl by Tony there.
Wasn't happy with himself with that one. Graham Smith now on the backhand. There will be some contact.
Barbara McDonald's bowl, so he's adding another to the count.
There you go.
He's, it's a pretty good bowl by him there to chip that one over. Jack's having a right stalk at this now. Gonna have a chat to Toto. No, he's stand in front of there and have a look.
Be looking at whether or not he can play with weight.
I'm not surprised to hear him make that call forehand quick.
Yep.
Well, he's get the Jack.
Can be narrow. He probably doesn't want to be wide because he'll just come off the Woodhouse bowl.
How do you go,
So
Tone?
wants to be online.
He's got the Woodhouse bowl. Close your eyes. That will just... that's right on the line.
That'll stay in.
There's a thumb up from Johnny Roberts. Like he's got the eagle eye. He's already got the scope on his eye. He knows he's done so many line calls before. Johnny Roberts, ironically, is going to call an umpire here, I reckon. Oh, he's called an umpire.
Calls a boundary.
He's got Bob coming. Oh,
so one of the best umpires in the business is called one of the other best umpires in the business. Now that angle is slightly deceptive, but I reckon you can actually see that Jack on the line. So presuming the lines are right.
I hope he calls it one way and Johnny Roberts disagrees and goes up there and has a look at the scope himself.
Some remonstrating. They are very respectful of each other. So Bobby Carlson just lining up the scope.
I'm not going to tell Johnny Roberts quietly. He doesn't know what he's doing anyway. Yeah, I mean...
Oh.
Yeah, but is a bit of that Jack over the line?
As long as it's got a bit in. Good camera vision from Brad. Just dialed it in.
The Hawkeye. Oh, he's called it in. John's disagreed. John's disagreed. Yeah, it's called Bob's in. You're bloody rubbish. You know nothing.
They'll have an argument over dinner tonight, those two.
Doing for dissent, Bob. I actually don't. Jack. How many?
Yeah.
Two. It was two.
There you go. So Jack Woodhouse just come past and says, going by the line, it was out. But he said, I know from past experience, it doesn't go by the line, it goes by the pegs. So spot on. So not only are we being treated to a good standard of bowls, but we've got a bit of a comedy routine here as well. So
Well, good news if you're a Bundoora supporter. Damien De Florio has picked up a 6, I think.
Oh, wow.
Or am I missing ends?
They're saying 8-3 after 6. No, yep, spot on. You are correct. It was a 6. Luke Arlo is up 11-1. And here, Graham Smith and his rinker having a good day. 6-2 they lead after picking up a 2 there.
Exceptionally low scoring game. It's the first multiple we've had. Tick into the second hour of this game.
Yep, I might go down and grab some scores, Jimmy, from down yonder.
There we go, pretty good there. Probably just grabbing shot, I'd say. Johnny Roberts pulling up short. Oh, Bob. Sitting that back ball and grabbing shot there. So I think Luke ALO has picked up a 3 next door. 14-1 up if that's the case. So just wait for the confirmation on the scoreboard. These floors, I tell you what, they are ridiculous. All over us. Approaching the halfway mark of this game here. 45 ends, 15 on each rink. 2.5 hour time limit. As the sun starts to descend, and it starts to just get a little bit colder here. Jack Woodhouse with a bit of an open draw here. Looks pretty good here. Draws the #1 shot for Bundoora. And Leon Quartermain sporting a sideways hat. It's going to have to reply. We might see it when old mate Graham gets out of the way. I can tell you he's pretty close. You can see just he sort of just ran into Jack Woodhouse's shot. Didn't quite get the right side of it, so I do apologise about Graham. He's been warned plenty of time, but plenty of times he's just not quite grasped it yet. Luke did pick up a 3 next door as Jack looks to touch the inside of his own, just draws through. Bundoora holding one here. Hollywood. Michael Sorensen watching on from Queensland way. Yeah, don't have a lot of patience. And that is a cracking bowl. He might be no good at getting out of the way of the camera, but he can certainly bowl old Graham Smith. He's landed onto that bowl of Leon's and cracked Jack's out of the head. Tone, how do you go, mate?
Well, look, I went pretty good, but as I came back, I thought these scores are irrelevant now because they've changed them all by the time I got back here, just as I look over it anyway. So Geelong leading 21-16 over Wimmera. They've played 22 or 23 ends. 23 ends. Then we have Strzelecki, who are 14. They're trailing Murray Mallee 20 after 18 ends. Gippsland are big leaders over Bendigo Campaspe Golf. It's 28-14 after 19 ends. They've doubled their score. Quite the opposite with Ballarat Highlands up against Mornington Peninsula. It's 15 shots apiece. And Phil Crowder did not want me to say his rink score, so I won't mention that he is down 11-6.
Another 2 to the way Wangaratta on this one.
Continue on their merry way, don't they?
I'm going to ask for some audience participation in this next part. So tonight, we had a function on Saturday night for the weekend. Had a nice band come in. Well, a band, it was a one-man band. Jefferson from up here and play some music. Obviously, it's a Monday night today, so it's probably not a jive turkey sort of night. So we're going to do a trivia. Now, I've got some questions I need to add in there that we want or would like to be bowls related. So if you've got any pretty good bowls related trivia up your sleeve, stick them in the comments, because I'm presuming no one who's playing is watching, so they're not going to know the answer anyway. I've got one so far. I'm just going to say who was the most recent state pairs men's winners and the 21-22 championships just played at Bendigo East, which of course we know is Ethan Freund. His mum's playing in the rink over from this, and Adrian Pantlin, who is in the background of
Are you
this
watching?
game.
Yep.
So stick your bowls-related trivia questions in. I'm probably sitting next to the man who's no good at trivia, but he's very good at coming up with trivial facts.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
to totally
trivial,
show
just no good at trivia.
So I'm sure you've got to have a few to throw in there. We've got about 8 to come up with. Oh, I knew you'd. I had no concern that you would not know some.
This will be my strength, this one. I tell you, I'm going to try
Write
and
them in there.
get a game in a region.
Just based on your trivia knowledge for the Monday
Just so I
night
can
dinner.
get there for this. So Kim Blender has it. No, sound is all good. So it may just be at your end. So yeah, we could have some real fun with the questions, that's for sure. So Aiello over McDonald 14-1, DeFlorio over Selwood 8-3, and almost the polar opposite score here. Schiavello trailing 2 shots to 8. Graham Smith, Leon Quartermain, Bob McDonald and Graham Oates all playing some pretty good bowls. And they've managed to have it almost all their own way so far. See Graham Oates coming in on a relatively good track, wants to get the right side of this bowl. Not the end of the world, but it doesn't help. You have to imagine he's given the shot away there. Oh, Casper John, that's a good one. I know the answer to that one too, but I won't say it just in case anyone is listening. Who's the reigning World Men's Fours? Yeah, that's true. I was there to watch that one, Les, and Ali Forsyth was on fire in what was Mark Casey's last representative game for Australia. And Ali Forsyth, an absolute quality player, was unbeatable that day. Good questions, both of them, I like them. I like your question, Casper John, too. The initials SG is the answer for those who don't know the answer and want to think about it a little while longer. Casper John, I'm pretty sure I'm correct with that. Yes, Stephen Rowdy Arthur going back a long way to 1566 or thereabouts.
Right, we've got some good ones so far, have we?
Yeah, we've got a couple of good ones that have come in. So Casper John had the first one, who won the first Australian Open singles title, and I declined to answer, but I know the initials are SG.
Okay.
It's probably not the SG you all go for.
That makes the cut. Not Steve Glasson.
No.
No idea.
So you could almost give the initials. It might throw a few off. And Les Johnson's was a good one, who's the reigning men's fours world champion. And he's given the answer, so it's Ellie Forsyth. And I said, yep, I was there that day.
Singles in 2000. I want to write these down. So I'm a bit quiet for a second. I'm distracted. So the answer is hint SG. Who is it, Tone?
Shane Globitz.
Oh, yeah, Shane. Never heard of him.
Shane Globitz won the first Australian Open singles title in the modern era. I've got a feeling there might have been an Australian Open many years ago. But certainly of the current Australian Opens, if that makes any sense.
Les, reigning world fours.
Geez, I'm not 100% on the question, but a good one would be, who's made 9 Australian Open finals and yet to win one?
Dunno.
And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. He's one of the nicest blokes you'll ever meet. There's a name that sounds very much like Wayne Turley. Could even be 10, actually, because he made the final of the Australian Open singles when Disco beat him last year, the year before, whenever they didn't allow Victorians to go. So the asterisk is next to the record books on that one. Carroll with another good potential answer, Shannon Giddoes, but no, it's not Shannon Giddoes. Turns out having the initials SG are quite fruitful in the game of lawn bowls.
Right, there's 3. Keep them coming. So you focus back on this one. Bundoora leading the overall, but it's really the one rink doing the damage, and a bit of a number picked up not long ago from Damien DeFlorio. They have added some ends. I could only see the ends on the scoreboard, not the not what scores have happened. As we get to that real pain in the bum time of day where the sun starts to come down, it comes across the green. There'll be about a 10-minute period soon where we cannot see an absolute thing, and we're just hiding underneath our screens trying to watch them.
Les Johnson, you are spot on. Rowdy's come up with another one. Which modern-day player has won the World Indoor Championship 5 times?
I'm presuming. He's also GOAT. Yes?
I presume so. I can't imagine that would be wrong. Which famous sailor bowled like chicken legs Rowley? I like that one. Can we put that one in? We had somebody calling Darryl Rowley chicken legs and Max Rowley junior chicken legs in our stream when they were on yesterday. So.
Brad's going to absolutely... I'm glad Brad's doing this. Brad's having a chat with old Graham Smith. Did you take that well, Brad? Right, there's another one. We've got to have an Alex Master question in there.
There you go.
What did they play? Won the indoor
correct.
5 times.
We could ask which previous great has won 9 Australian indoor titles. Oh, I've got a good question.
What?
No, I'll think about this one.
Oh, Tony Schiavello trying to
Yeah, I've got a good question.
promote through. Jack's here. He's close. We'll sit the bowl clean. Tony Schiavello. Ripper. What is that?
That was a
That's the chalk coming up. Look at that. That is
puff
sensational.
of chalk.
I honestly, for a second, thought someone had set a flare off when I looked up.
I've never seen that before in my life.
That was insane. I think it's because of the light coming across the green. Right.
Might not have come through on the cameras, but just as that spray chalk was marked on the toucher, it came through as if it was a smoke machine going off.
Gets through. Jack's close, but no cigar. Maybe one,
3.
mate.
Is this the bowl?
Yeah, it is. It's 3.
Yeah.
It is 3. The Bundoora. After that bowl from Graham. Tony, no, he's probably a bit scared to do anything there, would be my assumption. We think Johnny Roberts has been signalling 3. There's 1. Yeah, it is 3 to Bundoora.
It has to be, doesn't it? Mary Dineen's bowl is the closest. So, yeah. Anyway. 3 for Bundoora RSL. They still trail. 5-8.
I'm going to throw what should be an easy one in there for the guys playing in this event who won last year's iteration of midweek pennant. What club?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Tony's called for the jack a bit shorter on this one. Matt's gone back. And a fairly handy start then. So Bundoora, that's what Graham Oats can do in reply for Wangaratta. Bundoora taking control of this, the 12-4 up now on the Damien Barnes rink.
Yeah, certainly did, Les Johnson. Won it with an absolute bomb of a bowl. In fairness, she won it in 2012 and 2016, but back-to-back world singles titles. Absolute cracker of a bowl.
Luke Aiello has picked up another few shots in the last couple of ends. He's now played 10 ends and he leads 17-1. It's a tough one for the guys from Wangaratta on that rink. 8-5 the way of Wangaratta in this one.
So my trivia question, Jimmy, is what do Brett Wilkie, Chloe Stewart, Barry Lester and Maddie Lucas all have in common right now?
Current holders of something.
Brett Wilkie, Chloe Stewart, Barry Lester and Matt Lucas.
All Victorians playing in Queensland.
For the Queensland state team. Claire Turley. I could name about half a dozen others who are
it's your
there
bugbear.
thereabouts.
Ah, Johnny Roberts.
Lovely bowl, Johnny Roberts. Just a little kiss on the jack.
Who's the fourth one?
Matty Lucas. One of the nicest guys you'll meet. Now, Robbo, we don't know which teams we're live streaming tomorrow. We'll see at the end of tonight's matches. But what we tried to do, or certainly what we did with the Champion Estate Pennant for the weekend variety, was we looked at which games were going to have an impact on who plays finals, and we tried to stream those. So we'll look to do something similar here. So after tonight's results, there is a function on. We'll get to the function and then we'll do some work afterwards and make sure that we publicise who's going to be streamed. So we'll know later on tonight. So Jackie Woodhouse on the back end.
Johnny Roberts had a front touch up, so he doesn't want to touch into it. He's going to try and get to that bowl of Graham Oats, which he was exceptionally close to sitting on the inside and walking over behind. Leon just missing there. Kind of ends up in a fair spot though. It's going to Kitty's going to get pumped that direction if they do land it with that sort of weight. Jack Woodhouse trying again to land that bowl of Graham Oats. He's particularly short on this one, though. Graham Smith giving a pretty clear direction of what he wants. I can possibly see that scorecard, Mal. I'll take a walk after this end anyway, get the big update. I can see they're on 31. The annoying thing is I can't see the bottom side of the scoreboard. I know, yep, 31-18 up, I believe, City of Geelong over over Horsham City. But I'll go for a walk after this end's finished and get some proper updates. That's what I think I can see on that scoreboard. All right, Bundy holding one, I think, just the one of Johnny Roberts. I think Graham Oates' his second shot in this one. Tony short as well. Oh, it ends in a good home though. I can see Graham just mutter something under his breath at Tony there, like, you put that in the way, mate. Probably might require more weight from him now. See what he does. He's pretty quick on the mat. Didn't take too much time to weigh up his options. Barbara gets in the way. Barbara, get out of the way. She's way back as well. He pumps Tony's forward. Might add another in. Yeah, it does add another in the count. Barbara's in her own world.
So Graham Smith, some work to do here. Coming in with heat. There will be contact on the front bowls. Is the result? Nope. Scoots it through and around. Take out the shot bowl and then they'll have another look. And Jack's saying, I think I've got two, and there is agreement from Leon Quartermain, and that's two more to Bundoora as they look to get closer to levelling this one up. Played 10 ends, and the score is 7 shots to 8.
Right, all to do for Wangaratta here. I think the game's almost getting beyond reach.
Yep, Mary Dineen just dropping one in, touch short. She'll look to correct with her next one. Yes, Simon, this is the Champion Estate Pennant for the midweek variety. Not exclusively played on Tuesdays. There are some areas where they play on a Wednesday, some on a Friday even. But nonetheless, it is the midweek pennant competition. Graham Oates doing a lovely bowl there. A couple of foot behind the jack. Line is just about perfect. Mary Dineen correcting well with her second bowl.
Oh, we'll go and get some other scores.
Two very good bowls there. First one just in behind, next one well, close to Jack High, just slightly offline, but very good by Graham Oats. McDonald on the mat now, using a Henselite XG. Grey sort of colour, size 2. Weight's very good. You can see the shadows being cast by that sun now as we get to the latter stages of daylight here. It's Johnny Roberts. Like another yard on that. The line was very good. Good effort, mate, was the call from the skipper. Good positive reinforcement. Yeah, pretty good bowl there from Barb McDonald. Two good bowls, in fact. Jackie Woodhouse playing with a bit of purpose here. Just gets through the gate. Had the option of coming up through the John Roberts bowl, the Mary Dineen bowl, or in fact landing on the Barb McDonald's bowl, but somehow found the gap. Weight was very good. See what Leon Quartermain can do. Nobody's quite sure why there's music notes on the Wangaratta shirts. I've asked this question at state championships and nobody seemed to know the answer. So if anybody does know the answer and want to put it in the chat, please let us know. So Jack Woodhouse looking to change the line up. He does look a little bit wider, has options here off the Mary Dineen bowl and does both. Scoots the Mary Dineen bowl through just a touch too far, but lands in that collection of Bar McDonald bowls for shot. A bad track here from Leon Quartermain if it's got the trip. Graham Smith asking it to hurry. See on the replay, this was all money if it had a little bit more juice, but not quite there. So we'll still be shot to Bundoora RSL, courtesy of the Jack Woodhouse bowl. Gary Tarrant saying it's because of their big music festival. Could well be. That's what I initially thought it might be, but I don't. Being from not far away from Wangaratta, I don't necessarily remember it being a massive music festival town, but could have just been that I wasn't into it. Righto, Tony Schiavello on the mat now. It's a little bit wider than Jack Woodhouse, playing with a little less weight though. It's going to be just a touch narrow. Flops over the John Roberts bowl, but no change. Jack Woodhouse saying, I think we've still got it, being Bundoora. So this looks a little wider. Well, if the Jack Woodhouse bowl was shot, that'll be 2. And Leon saying, come up and have a look, to his skipper Graham. See if I can get confirmation. Looks from this viewpoint that Bundoora RSL are holding 2. It's got to be close to 3. It is 2 confirmed by second for Bundoora RSL, John Roberts. Righto, we'll see this bowl come down from Graham Smith. Arriving weight. Needs to dodge some front stuff. Gets a little... Leon keep walking in the head, making it difficult for us to see anything. So it is 2 to Bundoora RSL. They've put together 3 ends on the trot.
Turn this one around.
Well, in a game that was full of singles, they've managed to find 7 shots in 3 ends. So.
I've got some scores around the ground. So Hilltop to Chura 34, Portland 20 after 30. City of Geelong lead Kerrang 32 to 18 after 30 ends. Cracker of a game between Geelong Horsham City. I keep confusing that one. Traralgon in a real close one with Kerrang 32-35 the way of Kerrang after 31 currently. Something very strange has happened out on the start of the furthest green tone. I had my last run of scores, it was 14-14 between Gippsland, Lakes Entrance and Eaglehawk. It's now 50 to 16 to Lakes Entrance after 30 ends.
So I had 28-14 as a progress score somewhere in between, so there you go.
And then a corker at the far end. Gisborne lead Kringle by a shot, 28 to 27 after 30 ends.
Well, that was 15 all when I was out there last, so there you go. They've been having a ding-dong battle all day. Speaking of ding-dong, this is the opposite of ding-dong. I'm just looking through the scorecard here, and Luke Aolo's rink for Bundoora RSL has only dropped 1 end. Obviously, the single, if you look at the scoreline, 18-1. That is some good bowls by a quality rink.
Well, they've dropped another tone. Just as you said it, it's a 2.
I have put the moz on them. There's a commentator's curse right there in all its glory. We've had the question about why does Wangaratta Bowls Club have music notes on their shirt, and nobody really seems to know the answer. It was put forward that potentially because there's a big music festival in the area, but it was the only thing that I could logically think of, but I don't know the answer, and nobody's been able to come up with anything definitive. Anne-Marie Lindsay Googled it and couldn't find the answer there either, so if Google doesn't know, nobody knows. So Graham Oats just promoting Mary Dineen's bowl. He won't be too pleased with that. I don't think they necessarily want to be helping each other out as much as they might be getting along nicely.
Just had a request from one of the Kringle players on the far green. And do something about this sun next year.
Yeah, fair call.
He said, it's right in his eyes. I said, why don't you just make an agreement and only play one way?
Yeah.
I don't care what you do as long as you all agree. It's a
nice little toucher there from Mary Dineen. So rubbing a little bit of salt into the wounds of Graham Oats as he gave the shot away. Just falls on the shot bowl and in for a little touch on the kitty.
What to do for Graham? I reckon he's having a reach up at this pretty early. Yeah, a couple of people agreeing with the festival, Jazz and Blues Festival.
There you go. Thank you very much, Wayne Hogan and Tim or Peter Comey. I'm not sure who's on the comments there. But
I'm going Peter.
You're going Peter? Yep, thank you, Peter.
She's the brains.
Both lovely people.
Johnny Roberts trying to come to the party and ends up in a pretty good home.
So Barb McDonald now wanting it to stay. Just cut away on her slightly.
Graham Smith is willing it to get behind the jack. It's pretty clear what his intentions are going to be.
Yep.
It's the only way they're really going to score if that jack goes back in this end. So
2:40 p.m. means we have a 5:10 finish to this match, which gives us, in my mind, about 43 minutes left.
I think we'll comfortably get the ends in.
Too much trouble. Certainly the ALO McDonald match will have no trouble. They're on end 13 already. So we'll look over to a rather tense scoreboard on one of the rinks in Golden Murray West Coast. They've only done 10 ends, so they may have a little bit of a battle, but we allow about 10 minutes as Graham Smith again does exactly what we've asked him numerous times not to do.
I'm going to make a prediction now. We will not stream a Graham Smith rink again.
Correct.
I know he's trying, but...
It's not necessarily Graham's fault. He's just not used to cameras.
Yeah.
But it's just proving to be a little bit too challenging to get him to think of the camera as well as the game. And I understand he's in a one-shot-the-difference battle, so his mind is definitely on the game, but it does make it pretty hard to view.
Jack's trying to get one back here, but he's going to just skirt the edge of... that grey bowl, go towards the back. Yeah, the kangaroo caller himself, JT, is making the trip over across the river. I am gunning for him tomorrow.
Everybody will be pleased to hear JT in commentary tomorrow. Graham, buddy, there's only so much we can tolerate. We love you. You're playing well. Get out of the way. Unfortunately, he's not one to look up.
No,
Spends a lot of time looking down at the head.
Jack Woodhouse on the John Roberts. Brings that one into the heads. It's a comfortable 3, maybe 4 now. Trying to get his mate Leon, his third on the forehand, to come down and make something happen.
Unfortunately for us, if it's not Graham when he's skipping, Leon tends to do something similar when he goes down. So we are missing a bit of this action. We apologise on their behalf, but
far out.
So Bundoora holding 3, maybe 4 at the Jack Woodhouse bowl. Tony Schiavello just asking the Bowls Club president if he can put the shades down.
We'll do the schedule tonight, Vinny. Depends how they go. I wouldn't mind seeing them on. They've obviously won 2 already. They're down in this one currently. It's due from their section, so we'll see how the results pan out, mate. And we're trying to bring the games that are relevant to people coming through the ladder.
Yeah, it is worthwhile acknowledging that we do alternate sections. So
yeah. It is their section due up next, so...
Yep. So likely it will be someone from there, or so a team, 2 teams.
Traralgon play Eaglehawk, Lakes play Coringal, and Gisborne play Kerang. It's going to be one of them sections, that, because Gisborne are currently a slight nose in front, Lakes are winning, and Traralgon are losing, Kerang are winning. We could literally have...
Yeah, it could almost be a...
We could have 3 teams on... Well, we're definitely going to have... Everyone would have won a game.
Good bowl here from Tony Schiavello. Hangs around to increase the count to 4, potentially 5.
You know what, Vinny, I can't even make a tip at the moment because that section's 4 teams have won 1.
Graham Smith needing contact here. Sorry, Jimmy. But he's down 4, maybe 5, and does not want to promote the Jack Woodhouse bowl to make it a definite 5. But
will be a definite 5 as Leon sinks his head down. He's flies.
So there you go, 5 to...
Just going back to that
Schiavello
section while you had that. So currently, that section after 2 games, Traralgon on 2 wins. Then we've got Eaglehawk, Kerang, Coringal, Gisborne all on 1 win, and Lakes on 0 wins. We can almost guarantee Lakes, who are 50-16 up, will win that game. So Lakes will move to 1 win. Eaglehawk will lose, so will remain on 1 win. Gisborne are currently beating Mornington by a shot, so either of them 2 will end up on 2 wins. And if Kerang if Kerang do finish that tie off against Traralgon, that'll put one of Gisborne and Coringal on 2 wins, and Kerang and Traralgon on 2 wins. Given that the match is tomorrow, Gisborne, Kerang, Lakes, Coringal, Traralgon, Eaglehawk. It could be any one of the 3. My tip at the moment would be Gisborne, Kerang, but that is if Kerang and Gisborne both win their games because they'll both have 2 wins. Yep. Yeah, but they're both currently narrowly leading.
Yeah, so anything could happen there, that's for sure. Good start by Mary Dineen. Bundoora RSL really having their way with this now. They've scored 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 12 ends, 12 shots rather, in the last 4 ends. After a match that went singles almost all the way. They've really started to put the foot on the accelerator as they look to put this one beyond doubt. Graham Oats might have something to say about that if he keeps doing that, though. He's been pretty good today. He should be most proud.
Yeah, he's gone well, Graham Oats.
Mary Dineen, not to be outdone, puts in another pretty handy bowl too, so no great complaints there.
This section, Bundy will be on 3 wins after this.
And a decent shot differential given their margin in round 1 and likely margin here in round 3. Still 10 ends to go.
So Tatura are looking like they'll be on 2 wins. So Bundoora on 3.
Nice bowling here, Jimmy.
Yeah,
just in behind. Well done.
Tatura Hilltop will be on 2 by the looks of it. They're getting over Portland. City of Geelong were up against Horsham. So one of them 2 will be on 2 wins.
Yeah, nice bowl by John Roberts, just in behind. 1.5 foot, 18 inches or thereabouts behind. McDonald finding a safe home. This looks pretty handy too.
Yeah, good
Good
bowls
memory
from
from John Roberts. Ideally, each second he's putting their bowls behind the jack. And Johnny Roberts has done exactly that. McDonald's done it with her first. We'll see how she goes with her second.
No, not on great line.
No, it is behind, but as you say, missing the line. Jack Woodhouse using the Aero Optima. We'll swing a little. They'll swing into a pretty good home. Nice little collection there. Of course, both he and John Roberts using the Aero Optima, so obviously mirroring each other's line by the look of the three finishes there.
Trevor Selwood and his crew picking up a handy 4.
Ooh, that's a good pickup. Brings that one back to only a shot the difference. So. There's still life in Wangaratta yet. Yeah, and that is a cracker of a bowl. 4 bowls lined up as if they were strategically placed by someone with OCD.
Liam Quartermain, a superb bowl there to be at the front of that, what do you call them, a caterpillar of bowls.
Yep.
So hold 2 now.
This one
Jack Woodhouse looking to add
a little tighter.
5th, but he's going to go under.
The weight was very good. Graham Smith just showing Leon where Jack High is.
I've got no doubt stand right behind. No, he's moved. Good on him. Oh, Leon Quartermain might have doubled up here. Hurry.
It's a great effort. Great effort.
Close. To draw in a 3rd for this Wangaratta rink.
I tell you what, Jimmy, off the topic slightly, but an absolute nightmare to try and organise any sport at the moment. So well done to each and every team for getting here as well as they have, whether they've had to have some last-minute changes due to COVID or whatever it is. But I know trying to organise my daughter's netball and my son's basketball, well, my phone is blowing up at the moment because we can't even get enough people to attend training, let alone play. So
Yeah, it is hard.
it is an absolute nightmare. So
Tony doesn't like that one out of his hand, and you can see why.
Yep.
So we're about 5 minutes away from being absolutely blinded by the sun.
Yep. So Wangaratta still holding 2, maybe 3, a measure for 3rd. And we'll see what Smithy can do here.
Just going to hang out.
Yep. It's really not a bad spot for it to finish though, really. Already holding 2 or 3. Gives a little bit of cover. Still has 1 pill to come. Tony Schiavello just trying to cold draw this.
Under.
Yep. Can fall in off the Jack Woodhouse bowl, but throws his bowls cloth in the air. As unhappy as you get from Tony Schiavello, which is not very unhappy, still smiling.
Well, after they've just picked up 12 shots in 4 ends, they're going to be annoyed at dropping a definite 2, maybe a 3.
Yep.
Graham Smith was close then.
He was a bit stiff
3,
there,
he's
but
the
that
straight
off, there you
top.
go. So it was 3.
So it just sort of opens the gate again to Graham Smith and his troops to
It does.
try and win this rink.
Half an hour left in regulation time. There's the lead for Wangaratta. Graham Oats lays the mat. From one Graham to another. Graham Smith says, I'd like the jack right here, please.
I'm going to do a very quick score update while they're getting this sorted.
Please do. We don't want to miss. We know there's some close matches out there. Jack is centred and we are underway. This is our second last end of this stream drink. And a good opening bowl from Graham Oats, using his Henselite XG. And as we said earlier in the call, has used them relatively well today. He should be most pleased. Mary, Dineen and he have had a good little battle today as leaders. Mary, very good weight control, just about 13, 14 inches off the centre line. This looks a pretty good track from Graham Oats as well. Just needs to hurry this last little bit. Great line. Mary Dineen looks to be a little under with this one. Finished in a similar home to her first. Two pretty good leaders bowls. Looks like Wangaratta's going to pick up one on the McDonald rink. They do. Up and back, as they say, for them. They're on their second last end. Yeah, awesome effort was the call from Tony Schiavello, and he's spot on. Johnny Roberts playing a pretty good bowl there. Not quite in for shot, but 3 seconds now for Bundoora RSL. No change from Bob McDonald's bowl. It's looked a little bit shy out of the hand from John Roberts, but finds a couple of front bowls and stops there. Graham asking Leon to come on the forehand. Well, if I thought John Roberts' bowl didn't have the trip, I reckon that one's got zero chance of having the trip. So that one may have just come out of the hand a little wrong.
Right, City of Geelong lead Portland 37-20 after 36. Sorry, that's completely wrong. It's
I think they've just updated it from the time.
Nah, it's Chura Hilltop lead Portland 37-20 after 36.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry. Yep.
City Geelong lead Horsham 45-22 after 38. The great man Vinny's not going to be happy with this next one. Tarralgon 39, Kerrang 46 after 40. Funny old game there. I just saw a Strzelecki rink and Tarralgon rink come off, shaking hands. They'd won 24-8, and I thought, what the hell's going on? Look at the other two. It was like a 20-4 and a 17-2. Not probably that much. It's two massive wins. Lakes Entrance leading Eaglehawk 57-22 after 37. And then a humdinger at the back. Gisborne
This was the close one, wasn't it?
36. Karingal 35 after 39.
That is a good one. Speaking of good ones.
It's a good bowl with Jack Woodhouse. No, sorry, I missed that. I looked over at the wrong time.
Unfortunately, that's the anti-good. It was Leon Quartermain just rolling over the Jack Woodhouse bowl. Vinny just saying that means someone's just dropped some shots from an update he had moments before.
Chris Ward, I heard. Nah, I'm joking. I'm stitching Wardy up.
Now, you know what else happened when I was out there, Jimmy, which I neglected to say earlier? I went out there and I've not seen this before very often at all. There was a short jack roll. Umpire was called on, measured it. It's about 6 inches short. So they rolled the jack back, I should say. At the time, the umpire had to just roll up the tape. The opposition lead has also done a short jack roll. So the umpire
pulled it back
about
out.
face, straight back out and measured again. So
Was it short?
it was actually in. It was in by about a foot, they said, so it didn't matter in the end. But so what are the chances of that?
We've seen it all here. We've seen a two-toucher end.
Yep.
Almost followed up by, on the same rink, a two-toucher end. As the sun comes in, and we are blind.
Yep. We just haven't seen any kangaroos on the green yet.
Nah, not yet.
Maybe that'll happen tomorrow.
Mate,
when
there could be
JT
7
comes in.
bouncing across the screen at the moment. I wouldn't be able to
We
tell.
would not have a clue. So for those who've not seen what happens here, this time of day for about 15, 20 minutes, the sun just comes in through a gap in between the clubhouse and the cover, and that is a lovely bowl by Tony Schiavello.
That we can see.
Rolls over the Jack Woodhouse bowl once more. It was already shot, but now it's 100% shot. And I think he might have stayed in for second. But there is the bowl of Graham Oats that may have something to say about that. Tony Schiavello with his last bowl to come. I don't know if it's going to have enough juice, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well, there you go. It's definitely 2 now. It probably hasn't changed things too much.
Couple to Bundoora.
So Bundoora now leads 16-11 on this rink. They were in a bit of trouble early, but they've won 5 of the last 6 ends, including some big scores, a 5 and a 3 in there. So they picked up 13 shots in the last 6 ends. They now lead 16-11. This is the last end on this particular rink. Sun's probably got about another 5 minutes of blinding us. Got no idea where that's finished, just due to the sun. But is that a bowl over there? I think not, but
It's borderline a kangaroo at one stage, you know. 2 or 3 feet behind and to the right. Oh, headbutt of the jack by Graham Oats. Sort of stays with it to grab the shot as well. So we're on the last end in this rink. In the pit there by Mary.
saw this about this time last night. The green just drops a little bit of pace. Players just struggling to find it a bit here. So this is the last end on this particular rink. One rink over looks to be that Schiavello still has a bowl to come. They're on their second last end, so they'll be close to starting their last end. And the very close rink between Selwood and DeFlorio, they are about to have skippers bowl their bowls for their second last end, so everything drawing towards a conclusion here. It's Johnny Roberts promotes his own bowl up.
Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
You put it there, you get to knock it up.
Seems fair to me.
I'll go give the announcement in a few, about 8 minutes, but 7 minutes. But I'll try and quickly grab the close scores. I know Kringle Gisborne's was 1 in it last time. Also there's Traralgon and Kerrang game.
It looks like Wangaratta's picked up a few there on the ALO rink, so
good. Fighting to the end there.
Wait until that's confirmed. No, it might have been more than a few. 18-8.
Oh, well, what's that, 4?
4.
Jack Woodhouse goes into the count here, to the Bundoora. See what we can do, Alison. We'll have a sit down tonight, work out what games have got things riding on them. It won't be Portland first up, it'll be the other section. So it'll be an afternoon game from this section that we'll be streaming, or a lunchtime game, whatever you want to call it. So we, 2 sections rotate between the greens each round. We'll see what we can do.
So Jack Woodhouse looking to come down on a similar trip to his last. Add another 1.5 foot, maybe more. Don't know if that's going to have the trip. The line was good. Like a few others, just struggling to get this weight as the green changes.
Leon just knocking back on Mary's in. Tony Schiavello now. Try and add to the count. Oh, he needed to land anything. Didn't. Stays on just. No change to how many they're holding though. Oh, Graham Smith couldn't go any closer if he tried without hitting that jack. Wow. It's clear what his intent is here. Let's see if Graham can adjust the 2 stickers of a bowl he needs to adjust. How'd he go? Needs to start swooping. There, Graham Oats' bowl's there. Oh, doesn't really get a touch over. And that'll be a couple to Bundoora to wrap this one up. 18-11. The way of the Tony Schiavello rink. As Owens and Murray on the far rink take another shot as well. So this one over as a contest in terms of the overall scoreboard. And we're halfway through the two ends and the Luke Aiello and Damien DeFlorio and Trevor Salwood games. It's like Wayne Fogarty's bowled a good bowl because Luke Aiello's took his hat off. I've lost my partner in crime, Tony. Could get Jack on for a quick chat. I think he's running to get a refreshment from the bar though, Ben. Does that sound like Jack? I'll try and call you through the last couple of ends here. And try and get you some score updates. I'm going to have to give a 10-minute warning pretty soon as Tony comes back. Crowd want Jack Woodhouse on for a chat, but I reckon he's legged it to the bar, Tone. Well, I'll leave you to try and get his attention. I'll get some scores from the other greens and give the 10-minute warning.
See what I can do from here. So, as we do our best to show you this rink of Adrian Marchioli's bowl. He, of course, is playing 3 to Luke Aiello. Sits one in behind. Luke Aiello will be conscious of that. He's dropped a number in the last end without anything behind, so you won't want that to occur again. They've obviously had a pretty good day for the Bundoora RSL rink. But we're up 18-4 before dropping a 4 on the last end. So there we go. Luke Aiello asking Adrian Marchioli to play tight past the front green bowl if you happen to promote the bowl of Wayne Fogarty, which, as we see as this comes into shot, is the white bowl. So he's trying to get around the green bowl into the white one. He hasn't been able to do that. It was a hard shot, and Luke Aiello acknowledged that as he described it. So 49 plays 34. This end is the last one on this rink, and one rink over we have the battle between DeFlorio and Selwood. Leads have bowled their bowls, seconds have bowled one each, so we'll draw to a conclusion very soon. You may have just heard in the effects mic that Jimmy Whitehead, Events and Competitions Manager, has given the 10-minute warning. I think it's going to matter too much as I look over to the Goulburn Murray West Coast. It's a sizable victory there to Goulburn Murray. They're up 58-20. They played 41 ends. So there's not a lot left there. They look to be on their last ends on their respective rinks. So I don't think it's going to change too much for what anyone's doing. And of course, dead ends are replayed. So regardless of time limit, we still do need each end completed. As we see the skipper's bowl, McDonald's bowl coming in. Hard to tell from where we are as to who has what. From this vantage point, it looks like Stretcher's back bowl, which is Wayne Fogarty's back bowl, is shot, but I'm yet to pick up any clues from players as to who has what. So Luke Aiello now playing the left-hander's backhand. Not sure whether he sent it quite enough. Track was pretty good. So a victory to Tony Schiavello, 18-11 over Graham Smith. What was a strange old match. Wangaratta, Graham Smith had Bundoora RSL in all sorts at one stage. Successive ends. Tony Schiavello's rink went 3-2-2-5, missed an end, and then 2-2. So no change there from the Wangaratta skipper. Gisborne are up by 3 with one end left. And Coringle is up by 1 on the rink that's left. So Gisborne by 2 overall. And then just as I say that, I've had another update. It was 1 to Ethan, so Gisborne 3 up. We are trying to get Jack Woodhouse, but he is having a good conversation with his opposing third. So we'll see what we can do, Dino. Right, we'll get the final score there off that last end. Jack Woodhouse just having a chat to one of the club coaches, Bundoora RSL, Jody Neville. No, having a bit of a battle trying to get Jack Woodhouse's attention. So Damon DeFlorio just misses with one of his shots. All right, we're finally getting a message to Jack Woodhouse. We'll see if we can get you a moment with the superstar. Wangaratta calling for that to stop, and it does. Within an inch or two of the ditch. So they will shake hands. We'll grab a quick 30 seconds with one and only Jack Woodhouse. Back those on, Jack. We'll get that closer to you. Afternoon, Jack. Well done, mate. A good victory this afternoon.
Yeah, very good win. Obviously a good comeback on our rink. Difficult conditions, even though it was a bit different to this morning when we played on the synthetic against Tatura Hilltop.
Yep.
But I felt like the green is pretty good. So
you're in a bit of trouble early, and then you peeled off. I was just telling the viewers that you peeled off a 3-2-2 and then a 5. You missed one end and then 2-2, so you peeled off a number in succession.
Yeah, it's obviously a key in bowls. So Tony and I were talking about it when I think we were 2-6 down or 2-8 down at the time. We're just talking about it and just saying basically get the mat and then we can, dictate the length. And then obviously as soon as we won that mat, luckily I think we got a good result on the back of the opposition skip's bowl.
Yep.
And then obviously we shortened the length because we thought, they were actually outplaying us ditch to ditch.
You must be pleased with the way you're playing, though. Your rink seems to gel together pretty well. When one's not finding it, there's always somebody else that does.
Yeah, well, it's actually interesting. So Johnny Roberts, who was playing 2 today, he's actually out for tomorrow. He's actually got umpiring duties for the BPL. So we've got another bowler from our club, obviously, in Bobby Lovell. So he's actually pretty keen, and he'll probably go just as good as Johnny tomorrow.
And he'll slot straight into the same spot. He'll play 2 in your rink.
He'll definitely play as the 2. So it'll be Mary, Bob, myself, and Tony.
Yep.
And obviously it helps generally when we, as a club, we like to try and mingle within other club members. So obviously there's a stereotype with, top-side players not associating with the lower-side players. For our club, we like to actually get to know everyone inside the club rooms. So we all wear the same shirt and we play for the same team.
Well said, well said. You do it very well there at Bundoora RSL. And Dean O'Neill and Benny Hubbard were keen to get you on for a chat. They'll be very pleased that we were able to grab 30 seconds with you.
Yep.
We do appreciate it. We love having you with us, Jackie Woodhouse. You played pretty good today, and we look forward to seeing what you and Bundoora RSL can do tomorrow.
Not a problem. Thanks, Tony, for having me.
Thank you very much, Jack. We appreciate it. Ladies and gents, that will conclude our coverage. We have seen a victory in the end, 50 shots to 35, Bundoora RSL over Wangaratta's combination representing Ovens and Murray. That concludes our coverage for today. Can I thank Jimmy Whitehead for his special comments, Brad from SEN, who's put together the production in an absolutely sterling manner, and of course Moama Bowls Club, who have hosted us here for the last 3 days. We'll have 2 round matches tomorrow morning, and then of course the final tomorrow about this time as the round 3 match this afternoon. So thank you very much. Enjoy your nights. Feel free to jump on the Bowls Victoria Facebook page, watch the replays, and see your favourite bowlers in action. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.